Hi, Dave Jecker, Superintendent of Fauquier County Public Schools with another edition of One Hard Question. This week's hard question wasn't submitted as a hard question, but it's a very good question, and it's one that comes up in different forms periodically, and it also ends up generating some rumors and whatnot. It has to do with rezoning and redistricting. My question is, will there be any change to the school system zoning policy so that we can be placed in a school closest to our residents? And how justified or arbitrary are these decisions made within the school board? No, there aren't any plans at this point to redistrict or rezone. That's not to say that eventually we won't do that. Most school divisions our size particularly, or larger, end up dealing with this at some point as populations in some parts of the county grow and other parts it decreases, etc. So no, there's no plan to change the way that we zone or redistrict. Now, to your second question, and this is important, we do have situations in this county where a student may be, or a family might be zoned for a school, and this happens frequently actually, might be zoned for a school that's not the closest school to them, to their residence. Now, this happens for a few different reasons, and this is important to understand. One, we are a large 660 square mile county that is primarily rural with pockets of more dense population. Okay, so when you have that situation, it makes it very difficult to balance school populations, because this is something that's very, very good for our county and something that we can really hang our hat on. Is a real positive for us. Two things actually. One are the size of our schools, particularly elementary and middle schools. They are small. The second are our class sizes. Our class sizes, on balance, are small, and that compared to our neighbors particularly, they are small. Now you might be watching this and think, yeah, but in Miss So-and-so's class there's 28 students, and in my son's chemistry class there's 29 students. Well, that happens periodically, but on balance our class sizes are very, very good. But in order to do that, to keep those class sizes where they are in the schools at the sizes that they are, it requires some sort of odd redistricting where you might live closer to a school than you're actually zoned for, and that makes for some difficult decisions. Now, I've never been part of a rezoning or redistricting process in Fauquier County, and I don't see one in the near future. But I have been part in other school divisions, and it's always very emotional. It always evokes quite a bit of energy and passion, because folks don't want to start in one school and be shifted to another, or they don't necessarily want to go to a school that's not closest to their home. And I completely understand that, but that is typical with a county like ours, with the number of schools we have and the way that our population is sort of configured around the county. You end up with these situations. So that sort of is what it is. But to the second part of your question, how justified or arbitrary are these decisions? They are not. And again, I've not been part of this process in Fauquier County, but I can tell you that particularly within the school board, they're very cautious and careful when making these sorts of decisions. And although we've not made any any time in the near future, this has occurred here. I think with a couple of our middle schools, and then just prior to me coming on as superintendent. And it's a difficult process, but it's not done arbitrarily. It's done with quite a bit of study in mind. And we have excellent senior staff members who are, sort of versed in this population growth, projections, et cetera, et cetera. But it is difficult, and I completely understand that. But this is a tremendous positive for us. Our class sizes and the size of our schools, and our schools are very, very good. We have a really good thing here in Fauquier County. And one of the things, again, that makes us great is our commitment to having balanced school populations and smaller class sizes. So hopefully this has been helpful to you, and I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Take care.